Episode 5. Dog Dean Afternoon. So this is one of the episodes that is meant to be like Yellow Fever with the screaming and the cat. Changing channels, where Gabriel was making Sam and Dean go through TV Land, and there was Nutcracker, Dr. Sexy MD, the Herpexia advert, you know, all that stuff. All the sort of comedy episodes, they showed all those at the start of the episode, as in, this is what the episode's going to be like, don't expect it to be serious. I really don't think it was up there with the ones like Changing Channels or Yellow Fever or The French Mistake. It really wasn't right up there, because they are, like, epic. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but this episode really could have been a lot better. I think it could have been better executed. I don't think it's down to the acting, particularly of the actual actors. It was more the voices of the animals, which was what Jared said on Twitter. He said he was really disappointed by those. But yeah, anyway, so it starts off with a taxidermist getting killed, and I think it was, when they examined the body, he looked like he'd been constricted. Like all the bones in his body were broken, so they thought, well, it must be a snake, but how's it a snake? You know. And I think after this, then there was another incident, and the same dog was the witness, and so Dean had to mind meld with the dog, kind of to Sam's annoyance, because Sam was all prepared to do it, but Dean was a bit worried about Ezekiel and all that stuff going on. So they mind meld with this dog, and they think it didn't work, but it does. And I don't think the Colonel, which was the dog that Dean mind melded with, I don't think the voice for that dog was too bad. It was just the rest of them. Yeah, they find out that it's a person who's been using, I think it was Native American. Sorry if I'm wrong. Like a Native American spell or something to take on the traits of animals by eating certain parts of them. And so he became a snake, he became a cat, and I think it was to fight off, he had like stage 4 cancer, so he was trying to sort of live as long as he could and stay strong. And Ezekiel came out again, and this was what made this animal dude want to eat a part of Sam, because he's like, how the hell can you heal yourself like that? And yeah, I did have a minor panic when Sam didn't wake up at the end. I was like, oh my god, don't kill Sam or do something to Sam that means drama, because I'm very protective over my Sammy, okay? Yeah, I think it had a good idea. It was just made too funny. So, the highlights, like I just said, the idea was good. The idea was a good idea, and I think it had potential. It was just certain parts of it that just didn't work. I also really liked just generally dog Dean's behaviour, so when Sam was throwing the screwed up bit of paper into the bin, Dean would just reach for it and give it back, and Sam's like, what the hell, dude? I don't want this paper, put it away. And the whole scene with the Yorkie and the belly rub was just adorable. With Sam just standing there like, why has my life come to this? Sitting here stroking a dog to let it talk to Dean. So yeah, those are my highlights, and as you can see, there's not actually that many highlights for me, but I still found it funny. So I guess that's another highlight. It was funny. Lowlights, it was overdone. That was the thing. It was quite overdone. It had too much comedy in it that really overbalanced the actual serious nature of the show. They made it too comedic, about like the dogs complaining about just I think the dogs were too stereotypical dog, which I guess I don't know. I don't know if it would have worked if they were more like Colonel, or if Colonel was more like the other dogs. But I don't know. I think the voices have been slightly more serious than they were very cartoon-like and very like, yeah. But the animal voices, I'm in agreement with Jared here. I wasn't too impressed with the animal voices, which is sad because I think it would have been better if they had made the voices better. And Jared did think the voices were going to be good, and they weren't. Did I cry? That's a silly question. No, I did not. Star of the show has to be Jensen Ackles, just for his crazy dog impressions. Barking at the postman, fetching his head out the window of the car, Sam driving, come on! And just generally being a dog, basically. I just think he did it really well, and he didn't overdo it, which is the good thing, because I think if he'd really overdone it as well, that would have ruined it even more. So, well done, Jensen. You didn't ruin it, you actually made it better. Star rating, I was too mean to say 2 out of 5, so I said 3 out of 5. Because it was not good enough for a 4 out of 5, and certainly not a 5 out of 5, but I don't think it was that bad that it deserves a 2 out of 5. So, there you go, there's the science behind that. So that's, it's alright. It could have been better. Now here's a section you won't have seen before. At the end of every review, because now I'm going to be up to date, I'm going to have a little what I'm hoping for the next episode, or my first thoughts of the next episode. So yeah. So episode 6, I think, is called Heaven Can't Wait. I think. I'm sorry if it's not. And it's another Castiel episode, so I'm really excited about it, because I really love Cass, and, every time he's on an episode, I really miss him, and I just want to know how he's getting on. I mean, could they just have, like, a little reference to him, like, oh yeah, Cass just called, he's okay, but I think, because, Dean chucked him out, he just didn't, he doesn't really contact them when he tries to get on his own. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to this episode, seeing Cass working in, like, a gas station shop. I think that's what it is. And just being a cutie. And people are saying they really hope it's Gabriel who's the angel, but I don't think it is, sadly. I really would like it to be Gabriel, because I really love Gabriel. But, I think he'll either come later in the season, or maybe never, which would be very sad. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this next episode.